My name is Brad Apicella, and I own Apicella Designs, and we're here to show you today Chris Tulley's 1952 Ultimate Chevy 3100. The backstory on this truck is we met Chris and Paula Tulley at Barrett-Jackson, and they had a small collection, and they were looking for their Ultimate 3100 pickup. They had previously bought one at auction and just wasn't happy, and they commissioned us to build, their version of an Ultimate 3100 pickup. The body on this truck started out as a brand new Premier Street Rod sheet metal package. Having an original truck before, he wanted one a little bit nicer, and this saves 70 years of rust and abuse and allows us to build the Ultimate package. This truck has a TCI Apicella Designs spec 3100 IFS chassis. This is a really nice setup, kind of our go-to, Ride Tech coilovers, independent front suspension, 4-link rear. This one has our upgraded 4-link bars made for us by Ride Tech with R joints. Apicella Designs aluminum fuel cell, adjustable running board mounts. Everything about this chassis is beefed up. It's an 8-inch box center section, big X brace in the middle, very rigid, but the Ride Tech coilovers give you a great ride. The wheels on this truck are Raceline Billet Del Mars, and they're using a set of Continental extreme contact tires. They're running 20x8 in the front and 20x10 in the rear. Good all-around fit with the Wilwood disc brakes behind it. This one runs 12-inch disc brakes front and back, and they're Wilwood 4-piston calipers, integrated parking brake in the back, and we run an e-stop electronic parking brake controller for these Ultimate trucks. I'm going to show you under the hood. This truck has Chevrolet Performance 525 horse LS3, all-American billet front drive, has our aluminum intake tube. This one's been painted gloss black. This one flows quite a bit, so we've got our larger air filter package on it. We did the Holley coil covers, and kind of cleans up the engine. You don't really see the coils, plug wires just come right out and tucked in. We painted those ones, color match. Color match the sound shield on the top of the intake, or the heat shield. And the rest of it, this has smoothed out inner fenders, no holes. We tried to just make it as clean as we can. We also shrouded the front end, a little bit nicer look than the big open package. And one thing you'll really notice is that the normal radiator in these trucks come through and they'll actually stick up above here. And they kind of stuck down pretty far. This has what's called our Apicella Designs tucked radiator. We lower it down. We have a special core made for us. It's a little bit narrower in height, but it's thicker in overall dimension. And we're able to push it forward down in the engine bay. And that allows a lot more room for the front drive clearance, which has always been an issue on these trucks. And this also has a brushless cooling package by Spal. And it's at a variable speed. It will go from 10% up to 100% depending on what the truck needs while you're driving around. But we found that these trucks can daily drive in 115-degree weather in Phoenix, Arizona, no issue at all. And we've seen them up to 800-900 horsepower with the same results. So one of the biggest modifications we do to our Ultimate 3100 pickups is called our extended foot box. We take the toe kick down in the front and we actually extend it forward. And that butterfly effects, we actually take the engine, we move it forward, and that goes into our tucked radiator and why that's moved forward. So the whole package allows people that are easily a little over 6 foot tall to drive one of these trucks and enjoy it, compared to having your knees up in your chest. And there's a bunch of mods on the inside that go along with that I'll show you. So if you compare these trucks to another 3100 pickup, you'll see the foot box is substantially further down. It allows us to put a LS gas pedal basically where the old floorboard would have been. Makes it much more enjoyable. Front to back, you have a lot more leg room. And we push the seats. They go as far up and back as we can, usually flush with the rear window. This truck started out with TMI bucket seats. They're a great brand new frame. We don't have to fix and rust or anything like that, sandblast them. So these are already clean, ready to go. Frank Sabala at Sabala's Customs wrapped the interior on this one. It has a full leather headliner. This has the full back panel package that trims everything out. It's all leather wrapped also. This leather is a very premium quality. It's a Moore & Giles leather that holds up really well to the elements and people using it, but also has that really, really nice smell and feel. Another notable feature on this is that we take the dash and we section off where the ashtray would be cut the whole glove box out and move it over to allow us to put AC vents in the dash. This is a big step up from most of the 3100 pickups, put them under the dash. The dash on this one is an LS Fab billet dash piece that was sent out and polished and full chromed. The customer on this truck really wanted to keep his maintenance minimal, so he had us chrome the dash, the full Spark Industry steering wheel, chrome steering column, and then same down to the pull handles and everything else. As far as audio goes in this truck, it's got a Sony head unit. For the rest of the stereo, we have all Rockford Fosgate speakers, amplifiers. This has dual subwoofers under the seat, two 10-inch sealed boxes. Some other cool features of this Ultimate 3100 is the Dakota Digital. These are their HDX series. They have dual screens that can be turned on and off. This truck also has a Vintage Air AC system. This is a Gen 4 Magnum, billet controls, and a couple of Vintage Air's nice billet vents down here that go along with our dash modified AC vents. Overall, this interior came out exceptional. I think the customer's gonna love it, and I think the quality is second to none. Some of the notable features about the bed on this is the aluminum bedwood. This is actually a aluminum extrusion that has a graphic or sticker on it with a textured finish, and it looks just like wood, but you have the longevity of the aluminum, and it doesn't shrink, it doesn't expand and contract. And if you ever scratch it, you peel the sticker off, put a new one on there, and it's ready to go. This also has our radius wheel tubs, and they're flushed in on this one, welded in from the back side, so they're just smooth. They kind of mimic the outside fender, nice roll radius to it. We've got a through the floor gas filler cap. Another really cool feature about this one is it has a push button tailgate. This is a Marquet unit that makes it real simple, almost OEM type. Push button lever, tailgate comes down, works just like a more modern vehicle. No chains, no links, or the metal links. This also has our billet washer package, and it's almost a shame to cover up the chassis underneath it, but it looks really good when it is. This customer was looking for a way to set his truck apart from everyone else at the car shows and get-togethers, and we started with a lot of exterior body mods. One of the big things is our Apicella Designs radius bed corner kit. Just finishes out the rear, makes it look really good and smooth, like it should have came that way. Some of the notable features on the back, you've got, we blended the stake pockets. We radiused them down to meet the roll pan for just a nice clean look. This has a roll pan that we tucked down a little bit, left a little extra room for the Putco blade light that we put on here. We really like using those. They're clean when they're off, but when they're on, they're extremely bright and allows people on the road to see you when you're cruising around. The paint and body on this truck was done by Nostalgia Hot Rods, our good buddy Dustin Hacker. Their shop knocked this thing out. They, countless hours of body work, and even though these trucks are new, they still take a lot to get nice and smooth like this is, but big shout out to Nostalgia Hot Rods for knocking this one out. Some of the exterior mods are shaving like the rivets that would be on the fender. They're not here anymore. We weld them in, body work them out, just makes for a nice clean look. The running board on this one, we go through and we cut almost every piece down here to make it have a nice gap and to join together seamlessly. All the door gaps have been cut, and we'll actually metal work everything, push them over, so you have a nice continuous door gap all the way down. That's the one thing people look at car shows is, why does that truck look nicer than the other ones? We chose to go a little different on this truck. We call it our hybrid. This was a one-piece door and window off an earlier 47 to 53, or 47 to 51 pickup, but those would have had turn-down door handles. So on this one, we actually adapted the later push-button door handle, which makes it really easy to get in and out. And then you also have a key lock on the outside, so you don't have to mess with power door locks and everything else, because realistically, not everyone drives these every day. So it's nice to have just a mechanical key lock that you get out, turn the key, it works every time. Another really cool thing we did on these are from a company called BBT Fab, and they make these billet mirrors. So this is machined from a chunk of billet aluminum and has a nice billet arm. We sent this arm out and had it chromed, but these have a full billet assembly inside, a really nice pivoting. They don't shake, they don't rattle, and another cool feature is they have convex glass in here. So you get a wider angle, it's nice. The 5 window has a lot of visibility, but it never hurts to have a little more, ways to see around you and make sure nobody's gonna run into you or you're gonna hit anything. Moving up a little further, we put our Apicella Designs badges on the side. That's kind of a signature thing for our Ultimate 3100 pickups. This set was chromed, along with the theme of the rest of the stuff for the truck, so no easy maintenance, wipe them off, have them going, but it's just a cool way for us to show that this is one of our trucks and a signature for the customer to say, hey, I've got an Apicella Designs Ultimate 3100. Moving up to the front, this one has our LED headlight package. It has turn signals and running lights built into it. So when you're driving around town, you get an LED white light on there like a modern OEM vehicle would have, and then they switch back to a amber turn signal, and we'll go back to running lights. So it gives great visibility. Another really cool feature on this is our tuck bumper. So we take this bumper, we welded the top splash pan to it, and then we tucked it in. We drilled and mounted new holes in the chassis to allow it to go in a little tighter, a little more flush, and then everything on this one's painted. I want to thank everybody involved with this project, especially Chris and Paula Tulley, for letting us build this Ultimate 3100 truck for them. I want to thank all of my workers and all of our partners that we deal with to get this thing over the finish line, like Nostalgia Hot Rods, Dakota Digital, TCI Chassis, Raceline Billet Wheels, and everyone else that played a part in getting this truck done to this level. If you want to see more, go check us out on Instagram, Apicella Designs, and you can also check us out on our website at apicelladesigns.com or adcustoms.com.